guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It is me, the Tsogofatso, and today I'm going to be chatting about some things I wish I knew before becoming a software developer. So stay tuned if you want to hear all about that. But before we get started, I'd like to say thank you so much for 25,000 subscribers. That is so huge. I had to pull out my cute little sign that my friends got me when I got to 20k subscribers, but I was feeling like celebrating, and I think this is the right way to celebrate. But yeah, let us get started. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any other questions, please do drop them in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed already, come on, just join before we get to 30k, 50k, 100k. Let's go. But yeah guys, let us get started. The first thing I wish I knew before becoming a software developer is the importance of truly understanding what you're learning. Because honestly guys, a lot of times in varsity, I was just trying to pass my modules to get everything over and done with and to get that degree. But once I got to the real world, I realized how a lot of the work we're doing in varsity actually applies to like real world situations. And I was like, I probably should have paid a little more attention. And yeah, I think just having that understanding just makes things so much easier, because like you see where the theory and the practical comes together and things just make sense. I think this also applies to when you're doing online tutorials, because a lot of online tutorials will give you like a step-by-step, and you'll follow everything and you'll get things working. And I know a software developer, sometimes it's like, okay, it's working, I'm not gonna touch it anymore. But I think it's really important to understand why things are working and how they're working and how they kind of came to that solution. And yeah, I know sometimes I also struggle with it. It's like, if it's working, let's get it over and done with. But once you understand, you're like, oh, maybe this solution was best for this situation. So now when you go build your own project, then you realize that maybe I actually need a different solution. I shouldn't just copy and paste like what I did before. And you understand like when different things apply, and just having like an understanding of the project and knowing why things work and how they work, and not just doing it for the sake of doing it. So I think it's just really important to really understand what you're doing. And yeah, I think it also helps you become a better developer, and it's something I also want to pay more attention to, not just getting things working and then moving on. The second thing that I wish I knew is the need for continuous learning, because I've been working as a React Native developer for 2 years now. I recently shared another video about like my 2-year experience of working. I was going into things of like what I do day to day, my career growth and so on. So do check it out. I'll leave it up in the cards and down in the description. But yeah, I've been working as a React Native developer for 2 years now, but I'm still learning. Like probably today I learned something new. I'm always learning something new. I think it's very hard to get to a point where you're like, I know every single thing about this programming language. Like, there's always something to learn. And I think it's important to kind of just, like guys, I do a little bit of reading here and there now, because I'm like trying to better myself, new year, new me. I'm trying to be a better developer. But yeah, I think it's important to do that. And with that as well, I think there's also always so many new frameworks, so many new technologies. So it's good to check out what's new and learn about that, and also understand like, oh, why are new things being developed? Like, okay, what's better, what's improved, what's changing, what's going on? Just staying on top of things. I think that's just really important in this career. So yeah, I wish I knew that a bit sooner. I think after leaving school, I was like, I have the degree, give me the job, and I'm just gonna do the work and just finish. But it's like, oh, okay, like I'm learning every day still. Like I don't think it's ever going to be done, but I really enjoy that. Like it's just like new challenges, new problems to solve. Yeah, so it's really fun. The third thing I wish I knew is that it is okay to ask for help, because for some reason when I got started, I just thought that I am supposed to know everything, and I was just spend a lot of time trying to solve one simple thing. And sometimes I think it is okay to spend some time solving a problem, figuring things out. That's okay. But I think it's also okay to ask for help. Like there's people that have way more experience. There's online forums, there's ChatGPT. It's okay sometimes to reach out, and people with more experience, sometimes you'll sit with them, and sometimes you have like a simple silly problem. They'll be like, oh, okay, you just forgot this one thing. You're like, oh, okay, now I see. And sometimes it also goes back to the first thing that I wish I knew, is like the importance of understanding something. So when you're stuck on something, someone's like, oh, okay, no, the reason the solution is not working here is because of this and this and this, and they give you that understanding, and already you becoming a better developer just by getting that insight from, you know, someone else. So I think it is okay to ask for help. You're not gonna know everything. Like, I don't think you'll ever know everything. So just, you know, reaching out, there's, as I mentioned, so many different ways to actually get help. So I think that's okay. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours on something because you feel like you are supposed to know it. And yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help, guys. There's people that are willing to help, and there's people that know more than you, so, you know, make use of that. The fourth thing is the importance of networking and community. I think this one is something that I've just recently learned. I was just kind of doing it all on my own, but I think having this YouTube channel has made me realize the importance of like connecting with like-minded people. So I'm now trying to be like more active on LinkedIn. I want to attend like more meetups and conferences and stuff like that. Also on Twitter, I started following like a lot of people in tech. Just, I think it exposes you to a whole lot of new things, like as I said, like-minded people, and just seeing what people are working on, what people are doing. I think that also kind of helps with like all aspects of kind of like learning and growing. And yeah, just, I think it's just important to build that like some sort of community. But yeah, so it's still something that's new to me. Recently learned that, so I don't have much to share on that, but I just think it's important. And yeah, but I know there's a lot of people here in the space, so, you know, we should connect and, you know, build some kind of community. A lot of people reach out to me, and sometimes I wish I had more answers, but I'm like, you know, it's just me. So I think like having that like community and just kind of just helps out with that, when there's like someone that knows this, another person that knows that, and all that information, you know, comes together and builds one strong something. But yeah, that's all I have to share that. But once I have more, maybe I'll make a whole video about like networking and, you know, community as a software developer. But I think it is really important to just connect and be surrounded by like-minded people. The last thing I wish I knew before becoming a software developer is that it takes a lot of time and perseverance, because I know I said you can ask for help and you can check online resources, but honestly guys, there are going to be some times when you're just stuck on a problem and things are not making sense. Like, I've cried a few times and wondered, like, am I meant to be doing this? Is this made for me? Like, maybe I was supposed to be doing something different. And then I figured it out and I'm like, who am I? Like, I'm so smart. I'm the smartest person in the world. But yeah, guys, sometimes it just, you know, you just need to breathe, take it slow, you'll figure it out. So I think it's just important to remember that, you know, sometimes it's a bit challenging. You need to, you know, just take some time to think and solve the problem, figure it out. But yeah, I think it does take some time, some perseverance, some patience. But I think it's all worth it in the end. I know it's a cliche, but I think if it's something that you really enjoy, it's one of my favorite aspects of it, actually. Just, you know, being able to like solve complex problems and be like, I did that. Like, it was me. I solved that problem. I figured it out. I can do that. So yeah, so I think just taking some time to actually, I think also in terms of like this time, patience, perseverance, everything, I think it also applies to everything that I mentioned, because for example, like learning to understand takes time, and, you know, continuous learning also takes time, perseverance, patience, also asking for help, also being part of communities and networking. So I think it's just part of the whole aspect of being a software developer. But yeah, as I said, it's worth it in the end. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please do subscribe. We are on the road to 30k. 20k is behind us, as you can see. Now we're going to 30k. And yeah, if you have any other questions or anything I didn't mention in this video, drop it in the comment section and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.